Since reopening last year, Charleston's Music Farm has once again been a mecca for music lovers, featuring everything that can be heard over speakers, from disco to thrash metal. Let's welcome back Charles Carmody, director of the Music Farm and Charleston Music Hall, another one of our favorites. Great to have you back.
Thank you. Good to be back.
It's been a hot minute.
It has been a hot minute.
Yeah, you've been busy though.
We have. Very busy.
So since reopening last year, you shut down over the pandemic, you reopened to great fanfare, and you've been just flying ever since. So tell us more about how things have been going.
Absolutely. So we took over the I've run the Music Hall for 11 years, took over the Music Farm in 2021, renovated it, and then reopened it April 2022.
Yeah.
So this is our first full year in operation. And we're going to do about 280 events just at the Music Farm this year.
That's incredible.
Yeah, it's really good.
Well, it holds a special place in a lot of people's hearts.
Absolutely. I mean, it's been there since 1992. I mean, I remember being a teenager and sneaking in there to see shows back in the yesteryears. So it's
I'm
always
sure you're in good company, Charles.
It was always a very special place to me. So now to be able to program it and run it has been a dream come true. It's really cool.
So what's the method behind your madness in programming the show? Because you've got some really good acts which I want to get to.
We do, because it's so 700 capacity, all standing room, so we can be super diverse, and we're trying to make as a diverse of a lineup as possible. We want to be open, 4 or 5 nights a week, and you'll do everything from a dance party one night to thrash metal the next night to G11 special sauce the next night to a local, tribute night. So we're kind of keeping it as diverse as possible and trying to get as many different genres as possible.
You really do. You really do. I was noticing Pablo Cruz. I was noticing Magic Dust and Godwin Falcon. Yep. I mean, forgive me, I'm probably just aging myself here, but these are a lot of acts that I've not been familiar with.
Yes, so that's what's cool about the Music Farm, is the goal of the farm for us was to have a venue where we could bring new acts in and introduce the city to them and build them up in the market, but then also have a place for local bands to garner a following.
Sure.
And then hopefully one day we move them up to the 1,200 capacity music hall.
Yeah, and that's what's so lovely about it, is that it is kind of that starting ground and that opportunity to really launch careers.
Yeah, as long as you get 200 people in there, it feels great.
Yeah.
So it's just, but you've had everyone from Snoop Dogg to Dave Matthews to Fish to David Byrne. I mean, the history in the Music Farm is really, really cool.
Snoop Dogg, I didn't know that.
Yeah, Snoop. Yeah, Snoopaloops, D-O-double-G. He was in there. And I mean, we're just thrilled to keep building that history.
Yeah, they should name a cocktail after you, after everything that you've done.
They should.
They really should.
I keep asking my bar manager too, and one day.
We're putting it out there. So let's talk about the music hall if we can. And before actually we do that, so there's actually going to be kind of a meeting, a business and brews event where people actually get to come and hear you speak.
Yes.
And you get to talk about your illustrious career.
I do. August 22nd at the Music Farm. Businesses Brews is this really cool monthly program where anyone can come, have some beers, hang out with other people in all types of industries in Charleston, and then there's a speaker. Yeah. So I'll actually be speaking on Tuesday about the hall and the farm and how our business works.
Yeah, and your whole imprint on that.
Yeah, and that's free and open to the public 5 to 7:30.
Perfect. All right. And then moving on to Charleston Music Hall. So again, another wonderful stage where you've had all kinds of names coming through there. That I know. So what's happening with the Music Hall? What's new going on over there?
Music Hall, we took out the seats during COVID. We made them removable. So we do some shows fully seated, and then some shows we can actually pull the seats out in front of the stage. Like Gavin DeGraw just played last Friday. No seats in front of the stage, so we just have this amazing standing room energy up front, and there's seats in the back and the balcony, so you can have kind of the best of both worlds. Nice. So that's been really cool. And then we're doing a full kitchen renovation right now. We're adding a new kitchen. We're going to do Tully's hand pies. These really delicious, think like fancy Hot Pocket. And we'll also be getting liquor in the venue. So really excited to now have specialty cocktails at the hall for the first time.
So you didn't have that before?
No, we've been beer and wine only since '94.
Well, food and booze.
I know, it's going to be great.
Charleston right there.
It's going to be really good.
Okay, fantastic. Well, Charles, congratulations.
Thank you.
On all of your accomplishments. And for anybody who's interested in getting tickets, you got to go online, check out all the acts coming up, because I'm sure there's going to be more than one show that you're going to want to go see.
Absolutely.
Thank you again for coming.
Cool. Thanks for having me.
We're back after this.